Hello all you bladers, and today I'm going to be ranking every single sparking bay in this little box here by how cool they are or how aesthetically pleasing they look, from gorgeous to cool to meh to plain to just straight up ugly. They're in this little box here, starting with Super Hyperion. So Super Hyperion is of course the counter or clockwise spinning attack type owned by Hyuga, one of the protagonists of the Super King series. So I don't really like the combination of red and gold. Red is like an okay color to me. I don't really like red too much. It works on some bays like Spriggan and Achilles, but that's basically it. Gold I really like, but the gold is not really matching with the red too much. I do love the flame designs there, and I do love the little design on the chip there. Hyperion's chip design is actually one of my favorite chip designs in the entirety of Sparking. As well, I do like the little blue chip core with the little yellow sun spikes, but the shape is not too pleasing, so I'm gonna have to put Super Hyperion in the... I'll put it in the meh spot. Its color scheme is decent, its shape is decent, it's mainly just the gold, the chip, and the little blue that makes up for it. Next up, we got Abyss Diabolos. So Abyss Diabolos is one of Delta's bays in Sparking. It's obviously not on the anime, but it is released with Death Diabolos. I do like this bay a little bit. It is mainly white, but I don't really like this shade of white. White is like a color that doesn't really work on a lot of bays. It only works on very few bays like Genesis and Longinus. White on any other bay doesn't really work too well. I do love the chip design, as well as the little like chip core design. I think that's really unique, as well as these two little purple dots up in the top middle and the bottom middle. But the shape is not too good, and the colors are like eh. So I'm gonna have to put Abyss Diabolos in the section of plain. Next up, oh, still there. Next up, we've got Death Solomon. So Death Solomon it's actually a pretty aesthetically pleasing bay. Red doesn't work on too many bays, but on Death Solomon, it makes it work, because it's not super aesthetically pleasing, but I do like the recolor of Death quite a bit. The Solomon chip is very cool. I like the little like Titan things on the side there. I like how the top is red and the bottom is purple, and then on the right side it has a little red dot, left side it has a little purple dot. It kind of like makes the purple and red a little bit more known. The orange is kind of like fiery, like an orange, like glowing kind of thing. I do like the chip core, and the shape is also pretty aesthetically pleasing. The only thing I don't really like about this is the red, so I'm gonna have to put Death Solomon in the spot of it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If there was a section between cool and meh, I would put it there. So I'd say it's more in between cool and meh than actually cool, but I'll put it in cool just to be a little bit nicer. Jet Wyvern. Now Wyvern is one of my favorite, well, it's not one of my favorite bays, but its owner, Wakia Murasaki, is actually my fourth favorite character, and I really, really like the chip core design. I'm a big fan of the color green and the color gold, and the chip core just looks insanely nice. I do love the design of the outer ring of the Wyvern, like the little like gold plates there, like little gold blades, and the white translucent thing. I also love the little pink accents on the rubber. I don't really like the fact that the chip is like symmetrical, because it makes it less unique. At least with the Solomon chip, it was different colors in the top and bottom, but with Wyvern, it's basically the same thing. So I do love the chip core, as well as the outer like white ring thing, but everything else is just kind of meh. So I'm gonna have to put Jet Wyvern in the meh spot. I'll put it behind Super Hyperion, just because I like the Hyperion chip design a lot. Burn Hyperion is a really horrible bay, that's for sure. It is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than Super Hyperion, just because I like the blue quite a bit. I do like the flames a little bit. It adds a lot of blue. Hyperion's red and gold is not really a good color scheme, so I do like the blue. The overall design is kind of ugly. The chip is kind of just meh. But the overall bay, it's actually pretty decent. I don't really like it that much, so I'm gonna have to put it. I'll put it in the end of the list here. I'll put it in the end of the list for meh. Next up, we've got Rage Longinus. So Rage Longinus is a pretty cool looking bay. You know, it's got the white there. Like I said, white doesn't work on too many bays. It works very well on Rage Longinus. I think silver is more Longinus's color than white. But, you know, it's got the silver dragon heads. As far as the chip goes, I'm personally more of a fan of the Zwei chip than the Brutal chip. I'm not really a fan of symmetrical chips because it's less unique, and Brutal, or not Brutal, this chip is just based on the design of Brutal Luminar, but this actual Longinus chip in Super King is more unique. I still like this Zwei chip a little bit more though. The Brutal chip is a little bit modified to make it look a little bit better. I do love the lightning bolts and the little like golden horns on the side. So Rage Longinus, I'll put it in the cool spot, but behind Death Solomon. Next up, we've got a pretty cool looking bay, if I do say so myself, Mirage Fafnir. So Mirage Fafnir is basically a Drain Fafnir, but it has more details to it. I do love the gold. Now, this is based on just the layer. If it was the entire bay, I would have to like look at it physically, and I don't have every sparking bay physically, so that's why I'm doing this digitally. Plus, it helps to like, you know, rank things like this. So, yeah, this Fafnir, I do like the chip core design. I do like the chip design, translucent little white, along with the little red details. I also like the 2S chassis like design in the middle of the disc quite a bit. So I'm gonna have to put this guy. I'll put it in the cool spot, and although it is cooler than Rage, I'll have to put it behind Death Solomon, just because it is a little bit bland for a Fafnir. Like, Geist Fafnir had a lot more, like, details, so this is a little bit bland for a Fafnir, but it's better than Rage, so it's better than Rage. Tempest is a pretty cool looking bay. Tempest, the white works on Dragon quite a bit. I do like the white. I am not a big fan of the Red Awakening wings. I do love the rainbow, like the little claw things and the rainbow blades. I also like the chip core quite a bit because it's actually like a combination of like shadowy red and white. I don't really like the chip itself too much, so it has a little bit of detail. I do like the overall shape if it's not an Awaken, so I'll put this guy. I'll put this guy in the very top of meh. So Jet Wyvern goes here, Hyperion goes here, and I'll put Dragon at the very top of meh. Just move these down a bit. Give room for Dragon. Okay, next up, Brave Valkyrie. Now, Brave Valkyrie is a very cool looking Valkyrie. It's my favorite Valkyrie because it really the overall gimmicks really show how much Valkyrie as a bay has evolved. I do love the little cheek mark on the right bottom side of the chip. I can't really zoom in too much because the pictures are pretty small to fit in here. Because, like, this is pretty big, like, this whole list. So the bays have to be pretty small. I can't zoom in that much. So I can't really see it too well, but you can kind of see the little cheek mark that Volt has, and it resembles the bond between Volt and Valkyrie. I do love that they added gold to Valkyrie, because Valkyrie had gold before, but it's not like this kind of gold. Digitally, it looks a little bit bland, but like if you look at the actual Brave Valkyrie physically, it does look pretty cool. I do love the gold and blue on it. It is decently translucent. It kind of glows a bit. I am not a big fan of the overall, like, referencing the winning Valkyrie design, but it looks decently cool, actually, so I'm gonna have to put this guy. Oh wait, let me cut this to delete it from here. It's not completely gorgeous. It's not, like, super cool. Actually, you know what? It kind of is. It kind of is really, like, aesthetically pleasing. It's definitely not at the top of gorgeous. Like, there's other bays that are looking a bit better than it, but for now, it's at the top of gorgeous. Now, Glide is a little bit disappointing for a Ragnarok in terms of design, just because the chip is, like, I don't know. The chip is just, it looks like a white banana. and the ring is kind of just, I don't know. I love Ragnarok, and Rentaro is my favorite character. Ragnarok is one of my favorite Beys, but this specific Ragnarok, I hate to do this to Rantaro and Ragnarok, but it's plain. It is plain. So I'll put this guy above Abyss Diabolos, just because it's a Ragnarok. Plus, I do like the fire designs quite a bit, and the fact that they changed it to 3 wings instead of 2 wings, which kind of references his friendship to Vault, because Vault's Bey is 3 wings, so that's cool. Lucifer the End. Lucifer the End, I like it quite a bit. I do like the black, the purple, it mixes pretty well. The overall color, like, individually, it's not that good, but combined, it makes a pretty cool looking Bey. So, I'll put this guy, I kind of want to put it in meh, but I'll put it above, Jet Wyvern, just because it looks pretty ominous. It looks pretty ominous. So I'll put it above, whoops, just move up, move it above Jet Wyvern. Actually, I'll move it above Hyperion. Actually, it's not better than Dragon, but it is pretty meh looking, you know. Hollow Death Scyther. Move. Hollow Death Scyther, move down. Why is this not moving? Whoops, that is not moving. There it is. Oh, next up, Helios Volcano. So, Hollow Death Scyther. I do love this design of Death Scyther because I do like the translucent white quite a bit. I don't really like plain white too much, but translucent white is really cool on Beys like Hollow Death Scyther and this little like translucent white ring on Jet Wyvern. I do love like the design of the double blade on Death Scyther, like the scythe. They made it look more like techno. Like, I love the blue sticker. It kind of, like, glows a bit. I do also like the chip design because it makes Doomsizer look more unique and ominous. I love Hollow Death Scyther, but its main colors are black, white, and blue. So it's only 3 colors, but it does look pretty cool. It does have a lot of details, so I'll put this guy in the cool spot. And it's going above Fafnir, but I still think... You know what? I'll put it above Death Solomon. I actually think it is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than Death Solomon, so that's cool. Hollow Death Scyther. So, Volcano. Oh, Infinite Achilles is next. Helios Volcano. So, I do like this blue quite a bit, because it's more translucent. I love this Helios chip design. I love it a lot. I do like the chip core, that it's red a little bit. I don't really like red that much, but the chip core makes it look cool because Helios has a little bit more red. I do love the flames on the blades. So, you know, it's got a decent amount of detail. I'll put it, I don't know. I'll put it above, I'll put it above Rage and Cool. I'll put it above Rage in the Cool section. Just move these back a bit, give more room to Death Scyther. Alright, Brave is so far the only one and gorgeous so far. Infinite Achilles. Oh, next up we got the World's Brigand. Infinite Achilles. I personally like the shield design a bit more than the sword design, but I'll leave it as sword because sword is more iconic for Achilles. Most people use the sword more, so I'll base it off the sword. For Spriggan, the right spin side is a little bit more iconic, but I'll use the left spin side just because I personally like the left spin side a little bit more. Plus, people do use left quite a bit on World, but Infinite Achilles, I'm a bit disappointed on the chip design because it's not like as cool as Union. Like I like it and I love the chip core. It's just I like it more like a side angle than a front angle. Chosi Achilles made the middle work, but Infinite Achilles doesn't make it work as well. I do love the shield design on the bottom there, the little details, as well as the details on the sword. It makes it look more like a actual Greek warrior. I do like the sword handle designs quite a bit. The sword I'm not a big fan of, so I'll put Infinite Achilles in the mass spot, but I'll put it above Jet Wyvern. Alright. Let's move Jet Wyvern. Put Infinite Achilles. I think it looks cooler than Hyperion. I think it looks cooler than Hyperion. Honestly, like, I've thought about how Super King Beys look quite a bit, but I never thought that, like, they would be this specific order when I list them. Ranging from Abyss Diabolos to, like, Brave Valkyrie. Interesting. Yeah. Is that it? Oh, there's more. I thought that was the only one left. World Spriggan. So the right spin side is more like Requiem, but I honestly like the left spin side quite a bit more. Which does technically give me the edge for World Spriggan, because if I was using the iconic side, I wouldn't rank it as high. But World Spriggan, I do love the gold on it. The red doesn't work too well, but I like the red. I like the red quite a bit. I do love the little four, like, the four little dots that have the 3 tri-wing things. It kind of reminds me of Master Diabolos' left spin, so that's cool. I do love the little bit of blue on the eyes, and the overall design of the Spriggan chip I do like quite a bit. It's a little bit too much red. I feel like they should have added... what other color has Spriggan had? I mean, there's red, black, white. I feel like they maybe should have added a little bit of white on the Legend Spriggan side. But I guess that's because white is on the Requiem side, so this guy actually looks pretty gorgeous, but I won't rank it above Brave, I do think it looks just as cool as Brave, but I'll leave Brave in the top just because, I don't know, I just feel like it, because Vault, I don't know, I just feel like Vault deserves to be at the top more than Shu, I don't know. I kind of like Brave a little bit more, to be honest. But I still like World quite a bit. First, Uranus. It is basically Super Hyperion, but with a different design. The white kind of works on it. I do love the chip quite a bit. It does make it look translucent with the chip core I like. So I'll do it in cool, but just above Fafnir. I really don't like how Fafnir is like having these many bays ahead of it. But to be honest, Mirage is kind of more of a plain Fafnir, so yeah, that's that. Next up, Death Diabolos. Oh, these are some of the bad bays. King Helios. Oh yeah, these are some of the... Did we already go through all the cool looking bays? Wow, we did. We went through most of the cool looking bays, and only 2 of them made it to the gorgeous spot. Wow, that's kind of sad. Death Diabolos, honestly, I don't really have too much to say about it. It looks decent. It's a little bit plain, but it's not, like, plain. I'll rank it at the bottom of meh. Just cause. King Helios, I like the white. I honestly, I don't really like the white. That's a complete lie. I hate the white on this thing. I hate the chip design. The little accents on the blades do look a little bit cool, but overall, this blade just looks plain. I'll rank it before Rockdove. Actually, I like Abyss Diabolos actually a bit more. I'll rank it here. Honestly, there's no base that are like, actually, because it's not completely ugly. I mean, it at least has a little bit of detail. That's one good thing about Sparking. They at least have a little bit of detail. Like, there's not too much detail, which is why only 2 of them made it to the gorgeous spot out of all these cool bays. But at least there's enough detail to not put them in the ugly spot. So that's definitely cool. Variant Lucifer. I don't know why I said it like that. Variant Lucifer. I don't know. I dig it. It's at the same time. I don't really like the color scheme. I can't really explain it, but I don't know. It's definitely not plain, but I feel like I should, I don't know. I'll put it before Death Diabolos or Abyss Diabolos in plain, just cause it is actually a little bit plain, so. Curse Satan. Oh, it's the last one. This is the last one. Funny enough, Curse Satan is actually the Bey, or not the Bey. It's like Silas Carlisle is my second favorite character. So this tomb, funny story, or not really funny story, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but basically, when I got my first set of Beys back in early 2017, I got the Starstorm set with Kinetic Tomb and Genesis Valkyrie. I picked up Kinetic Tomb and I was just like, I thought it looked like so beautiful, and I just I took it to the restaurant we went to that day. I remember we went to a restaurant that day, so I took it like everywhere with me, and I just, dang, and this is like kind of a disappointment a little bit. Like, I like the gimmicks, they should have given it a different chassis and disc, but the overall gimmicks besides the chassis and disc are not too bad. It's actually a pretty good oven upgrade, but I don't really like the design that much. I don't know. I definitely like the green. I feel like they should have made the black a little bit different, like maybe a different shade of black. The driver is completely purple, so I gotta give them that, because the driver is completely purple, so that's why only the chip core in this is purple. They should have added a little bit more purple on the black blades, personally. Maybe, like, a little bit of stickers on the red. Maybe a little bit of, like, I don't know, maybe a little bit more purple on the little triangles and the rollers. It is definitely cool looking, just not as cool as Kinetic Tomb. I'll put it in the mass spot, but I don't know. I think I'll rank it just before Infinite Achilles. So yeah, I'll rank it just before Infinite Achilles. And yeah, so just to say all the sparking Beys in my personal opinion of how cool they look from least to greatest: King Helios, Variant Lucifer, Abyss Diabolos, Glide Ragnarok, Death Diabolos, Burn Hyperion, Jet Wyvern, Super Hyperion, Curse Tomb, or Curse Satan, Infinite Achilles, Lucifer the End, Tempest Dragon, Rage Longinus, Helios Volcano, Mirage Fafnir, First Uranus, Death Solomon, Hollow Death Scyther, World Spriggan, and Brave Valkyrie. I honestly could not remember imagining that many names. Huh. How do you memorize all the parts, like the stock combos for these? I guess it just comes naturally when you like watch so many videos of the Beys you don't have, or play with the Beys you do have so much. I can literally recite all the stock combos for these Beys, but I honestly, it would take too long, because like there's like a lot of parts and it would like take like a couple minutes to say. So yeah, I thought Fafnir would be a little bit higher on this list. It's kind of, I'm happy that nobody made it to ugly, because when I was like designing this like a little, the tier list, I thought a lot of them were going to go in ugly. Quite a bit of them were in meh. Most of them were in meh. A lot of them were in cool, which is cool, because sparking, a lot of them were cool, which is cool. Little pun right there. 4 of them were in plain, which is not too bad considering how many Beys there are. Only 2 of them were in gorgeous, though. I mean, sparking Beys definitely have a bit of design, at least not enough to make them be ugly. There are definitely some Beys that are plain. A lot of them are just meh. Why do I keep flipping to that? Why do I even have this? So a lot of them are meh. I mean, they do have a little bit of detail. They're just not completely, like, aesthetically pleasing. Even if a Bey has a lot of detail, like, for example, Infinite Achilles, doesn't mean it's going to be super aesthetically pleasing. Sometimes not having any detail, or just simply having a good color scheme. Like, Rage Longinus doesn't have that much detail, and it made it to the end of cool, which is cool. Yeah, so that's basically it for this video. I kind of, I don't know if I've addressed this before, but, I kind of want to do more cool stuff. Like, not like that cool stuff, I don't know. I was staring at the cool, like, section, looking at the Hollow Death Scyther, as I said that, so I kind of just said cool, but I want to do more creative and unique stuff that nobody really else does on this channel, because, I don't know, anime battles and triple battles are cool, and marathons are cool. I kind of just want to do more unique stuff, because I feel like that's just what I kind of want to do. Also, like, it gives people a reason to watch this channel, because, like, there's, like, 3,000 Beyblade channels, almost. So, a lot of people do the same thing, which is fine, because it's still Beyblade, so Beyblade's awesome, still. but I kind of just want to do more unique stuff, so I don't want to copy anybody's, like, thing. Like, Super Beyblade Family does the character combos, so I don't do that too much because of that. Left Burst has the ultimate combos, and the sparking tier list of, like, how good the stock combos are. That's why I stopped doing ultimate combos. The idea of doing a tier list does come from Left Burst. I do like his videos quite a bit, but I don't really want to do the exact same video he does, just because, like, I don't like copying, like, the same stuff other people do. For Super Beyblade Family, they do evolution videos, but if you check their first evolution video and my first evolution video, which I think theirs was Doomsizer and mine was Excalius, mine was posted before theirs, so, you know, they can continue doing theirs. It's, you know, it's fine. You know, they have like 600,000 subscribers. I have like barely 100, so it's not like they're gonna notice that my first video of like evolving a Bey anyway, but I still continue to do evolutions of Beys because I technically came up with that series before them. Anyway, like, yeah, that's basically it for this video. Leave any requests you have in the comment section below. I am thinking of doing like aesthetics tier list with other seasons of Beys as well. Maybe I'll do dual layer, or yeah, I'll probably do dual layer next, just because dual layers Beys don't have a lot of detail, so it'll be interesting to see if any of them come out in gorgeous or not. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Subscribe if you enjoyed, have fun, peace out, and don't forget to keep on blading.